Hello, and thank you so much for tuning into another YouTube video. So in this video, I am going to be discussing the new economic impact payments that have came out, known as the stimulus payments. So basically, the purpose of the economic impact payments is to help offset some of the hardships that individuals and businesses will be facing due to this coronavirus, and the majority of businesses are closed down. The reason why I'm looking down while I'm making this video. So first things first. So if you are a taxpayer that you paid your taxes from the year of 2018 to 2019, and you made a certain amount of income, you qualify for the economic impact payments. If you made 75,000 or below, if you filed single, if you made 112,000 or less, if you filed at a household, and also if you made $150,000 or less filing married files jointly, you do qualify for this as far as the income is concerned. 5,000 to 99,000 for single or married filing separately. If you made 112,000 to 136,500 for head of household, or if you made 150,000 to 198,000 for married filing jointly, you do still qualify for the economic impact payments. It's just that your payments will be reduced. It basically is going off of your adjusted gross income for those tax years, whatever year they're going to be using. Well, if you didn't file your taxes, there's a possibility that you still do qualify for this payment. Basically, so if you didn't file a return in 2018 or 2019, you are able to enter your payment information on the IRS website if you meet the requirements, and you are able to get the payment as well. So what I'll do is I'll paste the link down below how you will be able to enter that information. And basically all you need to do is just follow the steps, enter your information, and you basically just wait for your payment to come as well. If you didn't file your taxes last year, like I said, you are still eligible depending on if you meet the certain requirements. So these are basically the reasons why you would qualify if you didn't file those years. So number one, if you didn't file a tax return because you weren't required to file due to you not meeting the income threshold, you didn't file a tax return in the year of 2018 or 2019, there is a possibility that you still qualify for this stimulus payment. You didn't file your taxes because number one, you weren't required to file because you didn't make a certain amount. So the amount is less than 12,000 or 24,000 for married couples. So if you made less than that and you were not required to file, you are eligible for this payment. So what you would want to do is you want to click on the link, and you want to go ahead and enter your payment information and do so from there. Payment taxes, all you pretty much have to do is just wait for your I was going to say your return, but wait for your stimulus payment to come into your account. If you have filed your taxes from 2018 to 2019, the payment method that was used on file when you did your taxes, that is the payment method that they will use when they deposit the economic impact payment. If you got a paper check, then you will get a paper check. If you got direct deposit, you will get direct deposit. If you got deposited on like a Chime account, it will be deposited onto your Chime account. So basically, if you are going to be getting the payment, like I said, you don't have to do anything. The IRS does recommend that you do not call. A link for the filers as well. Filers, those that has filed their taxes and is going to be getting it in, the payment method that was given whenever they filed their taxes. On economic payments. So this is not only for checking your status and updating your payment information, you also can just get more information because they're going to be updating this website. Ask questions. So these are like some questions that people have been asking, that I've been seeing, that I feel like I should answer. So who is eligible? So basically, if you are not considered a dependent on someone else's return. So if you are a student, if you're a child, if you're a student, and you are eligible to be claimed on someone else's return, I'll qualify for this. This is something that you will not get. The person that is filing for you will get that payment for you. So you do not qualify for that. If you do not, or if you have a work eligible social security number, so if you are able to work in your state security number, you do qualify for this. and if you make the income requirements, who is not eligible for this payment. So if your adjusted gross income was more than 99,000 for single or married filing separate, if you made 136,000 or more for head of household, and if you made 198,000 for married or filing jointly, anything above those amounts you do not qualify for. You made too much. You can be claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. So like I said earlier, if you are if you're a child, if you are a student and someone else like your parent is claiming you on their tax return, then you are not eligible for the payment. If you do not have a valid social security number, you are not eligible for this payment. So if you don't have a social security number, it's not valid, you are not eligible for this payment. You are a non-resident. So if you are undocumented, qualify for the economic payment. And there also is a form requirement. So if you filed some certain specific forms, then you are not eligible for the economic payment. But check the IRS website just to verify what those forms are. How much do you get? Our single head of household, you as a taxpayer get $1,200. Any additional qualifying child is $500 additional dollars on your economic payment. If you are on your taxes last year, like I said, you are still eligible depending on if you meet the certain requirements. So these are basically the reasons why you would qualify if you didn't file those years. A tax return because you weren't required to file due to you not meeting the income threshold. Or if you didn't file a tax return in the year of 2018 or 2019, there is a possibility that you still qualify for this stimulus payment. You didn't file your taxes because number one, you weren't required to file because you didn't make a certain amount. So the amount is less than 12,000 or 24,000 for married couples. So if you made less than that and you were not required to file, you are eligible for this payment. So what you would want to do is you want to click on the link and you want to go ahead and enter your payment information. So in order to get your payment, you have to do pretty much, if you file your taxes, like for filers, if you just wait for your I was going to say your return, but wait for your stimulus payment to come into your account. The payment method that was used on file when you did your taxes, that is the payment method that they will use when they deposit the economic impact payment. If you got a paper check, then you will get a paper check. If you got direct deposit, you will get direct deposit. If you got deposited on like a Chime account, it will be deposited onto your Chime account. So basically, if you are going to be getting the payment, like I said, you don't have to do anything. The IRS does recommend that you do not call them because you file married filing jointly, then you are eligible for $1,200 per adult. So for you get $1,200. For your husband or your wife, you get $1,200. So you get a total of $2,400 plus your qualifying children. So you have the ability of getting, more if you are married filing jointly. Another thing to pay attention to is that after you do get your payment, within 15 days, you will receive a letter from the IRS basically letting you know how much you were given, how the payment was issued, and it also will provide you with information on what to do if you did not receive your payment. Pretty much all I wanted to go over in this video. If you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video, please comment down below.